Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Blue Conversations. I'm sounding like this because, of course, it is powered by Durex. It's the Blue Zone Conversations. And I'm super duper excited because we're going to be raw. We're going to be deep. We're going to have there's no holds back. Nothing on this zone. It's the Blue Zone. And my very first guest is Pere. I'm super excited they brought you first because I think I was so mad at you. I don't know why I was mad at you, but
Really?
I was mad at you for something you did.
What did I do?
I can't remember.
I noticed you were mad, Sha. I noticed you were mad at me. A little.
And you didn't care?
No, I didn't care.
Wow. It's nice to actually have you be so upfront. Be like, yeah, she mad. She gonna stay mad. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're on my chair.
I know. We'll make out. I'm sorry, make up.
You're already getting into the blue zone already. Well, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well.
Welcome to my podcast.
Thank you.
You look like you're doing well.
I'm okay.
I have lots of presents for you, courtesy of Durex. When you leave here, I'm going to make sure you leave with packs and packs of condoms. Because if you will not abstain, at least practice safe sex.
Exactly.
Are you ready for it?
Absolutely.
So if a girl there's always this awkward moment I find when people are having sex. I don't know. I'm just talking from personal experience where the guy is trying to wear the condom. It's like an awkward 2-3 seconds because you're just laying there and then sometimes they tear it with their teeth and it's like that. And it's like, okay, that out of the way. Let's go. Do you not find that awkward?
Well, so yeah, of course, I find it awkward. I prefer the woman to put it on me.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, or just her hands holding my, and just sliding that in is sexy.
No, I actually don't know how to wear a condom.
Yeah, really?
I've never worn one before in my life.
Wow. So you just stay there and the men just do it?
Maybe that's why I said there's an awkward silence, like 2-3 minute silence. Are you going to teach me how to wear one today?
Of course.
Okay, before we finish
of course.
on this, I'm going to have 101 lessons by Pere, how to actually wear a condom. So I wanted to ask you this also, I find out that you looked shocked when I said I'd never worn a condom before. Yeah. And there's always this whole thing with women where, I don't know if it's shyness or society or pressure or women are not really allowed to be so bold in this part of the world. Do you know what I mean?
Part, though.
That's what I said, society, which is, what I'm familiar with. So if you went out on a date with a girl, for instance, and, her purse trips over and you see packs of condom fall out of her purse, would you judge her?
So honest reaction would be, this one I'll lose you. But at the same time, there will be a bigger part of me that will be thinking, okay, I appreciate the fact that she's all about safe sex, but I would still want to probe though.
But why? Why is the first thought, why is the first thought here? Why is it, she must be a woman who gets around much?
It's just that first reaction. You're walking around with a condom, you're a woman. I mean, I should be the person with
Who said so? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
This gender thing where it's like men are allowed to do certain things. And even I was guilty because when I said I'd never worn a condom before, I saw how shocked you looked. And I'm honest to God, never. I also still feel sort of shy. I don't think I've walked into a supermarket before.
Is it because you're afraid to touch the thing and hold it and put it on?
Because the thing is being touched in the process anyways. It's just that, I don't know, I think it's this gender thing where, even when you go to a chemist, for instance, or a supermarket, as a woman, you find out that your voice reduces when you're about to ask for... I'm not lying now. Do you understand? It's like you can say, oh, can I have orange juice? Can I have, this, that? And then when it comes to that, it's like, oh, excuse me. Can I, why?
Have you got to buy a condom?
I've never bought a condom before in my life. Never worn one before. And, that's exactly what the Blue Zone, that's why I wanted to have a male guest first to talk about all these gender roles and gender wars. And, women are seen as loose if they seem to be very sexual. You know what I mean? They seem to be like, this one, if you meet a girl and she's always, she's vocal, hey, I do as Summer Walker says in her song, girls need love too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do And then some of them repress that desire because they don't want the guy to judge them off the back.
Mm-hmm. Personally, I like women who are very vocal about their sexual, desires. I don't like women who's shy. If you want to knock, go ahead and say it and be expressive.
My neck, my wrists. But I still want
knock. No, but that's it. And then again, you said something regarding the fact that it's, I guess, society, which is true. Personally, as well, even though I would at first have that thought, you really carry condom for bad. It's in to do this one. I want to think that maybe she's fucking around, but a bigger part of me would actually be like, okay, she's practicing safe sex after I have asked her a couple of questions.
So does that also take her off the pedestal of taking her seriously and now reduce to just a shag partner?
No.
Be honest.
No.
Because when you say that, the first thought would be like, why is she walking around with a pack of condoms? If this is someone that you want to, as Nigerians would say, put in the house, marry.
It wouldn't take care of that.
Okay.
But it will make me a lot more cautious.
But haven't you heard this saying that it doesn't really matter in relationships now? Like, it doesn't really matter how quickly or, as a woman, I'm giving you a woman's perspective because there's that. There's certain women that believe that if I hold out sex, the relationship will last longer. You know what I mean? And there are people that you can meet off the back and tell you, I met my nigger. We hit it on the first night. We've been married for 8 years. Yeah,
true. I'm actually a what do you call it now? I was made a believer in that because my ex-wife, we met.
You used to be married?
Yeah, I used to be married.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I was married at 25.
How long were you married for? How many years? I
was married for 1 year plus.
Well, that's like me. Cheers. Mine was 1 year too. I'm giving you a high five. Welcome to the club. What's wrong with you? Mine was 1 year too. And then, so how long did you guys date for?
We dated for, it was a sex on a first date thing. And I had just moved to America. And we're having sex in my car because I didn't have my own place. I was staying with my...
You just met her, you had sex in the car?
No, okay. So I got introduced to her at the party by my friend. And that's how we met. And then the third day, we actually saw her physically. And that was the day we actually had sex.
But that's not really a one night stand now.
No, you think so?
2 days after.
I was walking out of the birthday, yeah.
And they introduced you guys.
Yeah, and we just exchanged numbers and that was just it.
But let me tell you why that doesn't fall into a one night stand category for me, because I feel like before you guys saw each other again, you had started speaking, right?
No.
So you swapped numbers, you kept in touch, and you planned to see each other again.
So we didn't keep in touch the second day, But the third day, I just texted her, I said, "What you doing?"
Okay, then that's a one night stand.
What you doing? And then she said, "Oh yeah, I'm here." So I said, "Okay, you want to link up?" I said, "Cool." And then we had to go for this it wasn't even a proper dinner, but we just sat down, ate and everything. And then sexual sparks started flying. I got a room and we did it. After that day, we started doing it in my car.
That's a rider. She rode with you regardless. Like, you ain't got a car. Doesn't have a house. I'ma just do that. Yeah.
But I know such things because I've experienced it. It doesn't necessarily matter if it's a one night stand or not. Those relationships depend on the individual connection.
But I think that's also maybe because you're also a little bit Western. Yeah. I'm sure you have friends that you didn't necessarily share that story with at first because, we live in a society where women are judged so much more than you guys are. Yeah. You guys literally are born and have the world handed over to you. And you have women who have separate rules. A woman can't just be so sexual and be like, oh, I met him and I just wanted to have sex with him. I had sex with him. Because half the time, the reaction she would get from this part of the world is like, did he call you back? Would be the next thing. Or if it doesn't work out, they'll say, you see, because you had sex on the first date, it did not work out.
But even my mom doesn't even know this. So this will be her first time hearing that.
Do you think if she knew, she would have probably been like, she's not the one?
She'll be reading scriptures to me.
I'm not the kind of girl who wants to know who you're talking to all the time or who wants to be in your phone. I've never, maybe at some point in my life.
That's my kind of girl.
Boy, are you trying to hit on me?
Maybe.
Even you're hitting on me so nonchalant. You're giving me a headache. Like, it's, I'm not the kind of girl who will be like, oh, who are you talking to? What are you doing? Except you've given me reason to be like that. Mm-hmm. So sometimes some of you guys don't say the back end story. If she's caught you at 3 a.m. talking to your plumber, a number you saved as plumber, and you're wondering the next day why she's like, who are you talking to? You breached, like, I feel like once, if a guy or woman, I don't want to seem like I'm bashing men right now, but you're here to defend your gender. So if it seems like though, feel free to speak up. I feel like if you've never given me a reason to worry, I'm not right off the back, the kind of girl who is wanting to be in your space. And even if I am, what happens to the grace you expect me to extend to you?
Well, okay. So she's talked to me about something that she doesn't like. My first reaction is definitely going to be defensive for sure.
Why?
Because I am me. You cannot come and change me. However, then okay, so here's the thing though. Here's, aside all of this stuff, is actually how she says it too.
Please explain.
It's the how. So if I'm doing something and she probably doesn't like something, there are some people who would express that in an annoying way. Some people would express that in a way that will make the other party feel offended. But if there's a way you can go around and playfully, especially if you guys are together, playfully tell.
So Pere is basically saying he wants to be babied even through his bad behavior, right?
Everyone wants to be babied to an extent. Yes, men want to be babied.
So what do you mean men want to be babied?
Yes, now
that's what your mom is for. Why should I be raising a grown ass man?
But I'm not dating my mom now. So if I'm with a woman.
Yeah, Pere, exactly. Now you want to be babied. Okay, so who babies me then?
I will baby you.
You who just said you walk away once something is not working out.
Okay, so I will not just walk away at the first instance. Okay. I mean, it's going to be a thing that has probably happened repeatedly. And then if no change is made, I will go. If it's something I can't tolerate, I would leave. But say to work it out with you at the end of the day after I've made decisions to leave, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I'm not even getting to when you made this. I'm getting to what makes you get to the decision. Because you said half of the things you don't like nagging, right? So she says it to you in a nice way the first time. Hey, babe, I don't like when you say you call me back and you don't. Because I'm actively waiting for your call back. Some people say, I'll call you back just to get off the phone. I noticed that here. And some people are literally, he's going to call me back. I'll put my phone on. Even if I'm busy, I'm waiting for the call back because it's important to me because I'm showing him that I'm in this with him. And you do it the first time. 5 hours later, no call back. And I'm seeing you updating your status online or whatever.
That's typically me.
How did I know?
No, that's me for sure.
Lord, have mercy on the girls that Pere has dated or will currently try to date because you're updating your status and you told somebody I'll call you back.
Yeah, I do that. And it's not intentional.
What do you mean it's not intentional? So
I might have a lot of stuff going on at the same time.
But you had time to update your status.
Yeah, it's just a click of a button now. I know. It's still in the click of a button to call the person too. But you have to understand it's a whole conversation that will ensue on that call.
Yeah, but then...
And I'm probably not ready for that at that point.
But why don't you just say that? That's my thing, communication. Why don't you just say, babe?
Because she might take offense.
This is the thing, you want women to baby you. You are also kind of putting them in a box where you're already thinking for them. So if you say to a girl, I'm going to call you back, and you really know that I'm not really in the mood to have this long conversation, don't you think as a man it's okay to be like, babe, have you eaten? I know we have a conversation. Can we talk about this much later? But I just want to check on you because I said I will call you back. I'm calling you back because I said I will call you back. But I don't think now is a good time to get into that. Don't you think that even lays the ground for when you guys eventually talk? She remembers that, okay, I was mad about something, but Pere still fed me this afternoon. Pere still asked me, you said you had a 4 o'clock. How did that go? Do you know what I mean? And eventually, when we sit down, already she's not hostile because Come on, you've been the nice, sweet, loving boyfriend that you were supposed to be all day. And you guys have that conversation. So when this woman complains the first time, you didn't change. Second time, you did it again. Third time. At the third time, you don't really expect her to come and baby you and be like, babe, you said you call me back. You didn't call me back.
No, it won't even get to the third time because usually with me, even though I would be defensive at first, I would always want to make amends or make an effort to change some things. And truly, what you said, correct. I've done that before. It worked. But there are some women, I'm telling you.
Maybe they're just like stigmatized. They have a good...
That one's FD.
Are you really sure you're that good?
It did. That one did.
You know you're that good?
It did. You want to find out?
What did you say?
You want to find out? That would do.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, there's some women, even if you explain the explanatory explanations and put it in the way you said, they will still throw an attitude, get angry, start having these insinuations, okay, it's because you're talking with other chicks and all that stuff.
Does that turn you off when a girl does that?
Totally.
Really?
I swear.
So ladies, stop saying it's because you're talking to other girls, because it's a huge turn off.
Especially if I'm not talking to other girls.
Okay.
There's a turn off. So I lost my virginity, I think I was 19.
Okay.
And then there was this chick I met.
Was she older?
She was older.
Okay.
At the time I met her though, she wasn't the one who took my virginity, by the way. It was another lady. But I met this woman, I think, when I was 22, right? 21, 22. She was 27 at the time. It was purely sexual. We were just having sex, and the whole thing just turned into this crazy relationship that started. And then it started to turn into an everyday thing. And then, all of a sudden, she brings up age. I've already fallen for this chick. Like, I fall Yakata. And then she brought up this age thing and how that she can't necessarily have anything serious with me anymore because it's bothering her about age. I try to talk her into the fact that, look, age is nothing but a number. You know that line? Man, she no agree. She stopped responding to my calls after a long time. Bruh, I was heartbroken. Totally. She vanished. And then years later, when I was in America, she hits me up on Facebook. I'm like, this bitch.
She probably gonna watch this.
Man, and then I'm trying to talk to, we're trying to have a chat, and she would call me. This was as recent as 2 years ago. 2-3 years ago. She will call me and say, oh, we'll talk at night. And then while I'm trying to call back, oh, she's married now. I found out.
Were you calling her when you knew she was married?
Well, I didn't know she was married until after like the first few conversations we had.
So when she hear you on Facebook, did it still wake something inside of you?
Absolutely, man.
Really?
It did.
Was she still bad?
She is. I'm sure she is.
Because sometimes when I see like exes of mine, like if I remember my first heartache or my first heartbreak, for instance, the guy had H factor and I didn't know he had H factor.
Oh.
And then when I got over him and I saw him again, I said, I was like, love is blind.
I swear down.
I was like, I used to like this. So she still looks good?
Well, she still does.
That's amazing. So you still hit it?
Nah, I'm probably not going to hit it.
Okay.
Nah, because I don't want to fuck a married woman, man.
Yeah. I feel like the way you said that was not really bold, but I'm just going to let that slide.
No, trust me. I don't want to fuck a married woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So how long did it take you to get over this person? Because you know why I'm asking you this? This attitude of walking away if something doesn't go your way might be trauma response. Do you not think so? Maybe she traumatized.
She did. I swear she did. It was. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep.
Really, guys go through that too?
Maybe it's me because I would say I'm very in touch with my emotions.
Okay.
So I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. It was crazy. It was insane. I tried to even get over her with other women. It just didn't work. There was just something about this particular one.
So you had a bad. You were pussy whooped.
Heavily. And then her character, just her, it was just everything about her.
So do you think that's where your wanting to be baby comes from? Because she was much older. She probably looked after you at that age. Because I don't know why. I have this strange thing. I might be wrong, and I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychic person or a psychiatrist or whatever. But I feel like sometimes a lot of introduction into certain things leaves a trail of behavioral patterns that we don't even know we're exhibiting. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Because sometimes, you know how if your first time having sex was really, really bad, there's always that trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're with someone that is great now, you always remember how awful, you had it. Or when people who have been through like abuse, there's always that, you know what I mean? That is always. So sometimes I feel like a lot of guys are a shadow of certain things that have happened to them. And because society doesn't really let you guys have safe spaces where you can just be like, yo, my first heartache, that shit almost took me out. People tend to become ass buttholes.
Right.
As a lack of a better word.
Yeah.
To cover up so much, and then you said it yourself, you went through women, but it didn't really take away that pain.
No, it didn't.
So a lot of females sometimes feel like when you stop talking to a guy, the guy just forgets you. Is that how it works with men? Because you know how men can just be like, we stop talking today, the next thing the guy is like rummaging through Lucy, Lucille, Martha, Mandarina.
It works like that.
So that's how you get over someone under the next?
For me, I tried to, but in that particular instance, it didn't work. Then again, too, it depends on how deep the connection you had with this person that you're separating from now. If it was extremely deep, there's nothing that would break that. Even if you smashed 5 women.
You wake up the next morning feeling empty, right?
Feeling empty.
You want to reach out to her.
I swear.
But you stop yourself.
Absolutely.
Why? What do you do? How do you talk yourself out of this situation?
Man, I look in the mirror and be like, bro, fuck this girl, man. I try to say, fuck this girl. And then I try to, just distract myself with other things. It might work for a very little while, and then it just might be something that will happen that will remind me. But time is a healer of wounds, for sure. I got over her, though. I did eventually.
But then when you spoke to her again, you felt it again.
Yeah, because the connection was it was deep, and there was just that small spark left. But nothing can happen now because she's married.
Yeah. Before I let you go, you have to teach me how to wear a condom, as I said.
Okay.
So what are we going to use to try it?
I don't know.
It has different flavors. Like
there's one that feels like nothing is there when.
Durex Light.
Feather lights, yeah.
Feather, is that...
Why are you sticking your tongue out like that? Okay.
I'm just
doing that when I'm here.
Please, will you simmer down, okay? Simmer down. So, even to take it out of the pack, let me try. And don't laugh at me.
Okay.
Okay.
No, not from there. From the top part, that part. But you have to...
let me just watch you do it.
So just take it out from here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, so
you hold the tip.
When you say the tip, you mean this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you place it on there.
Yeah, but then if I place it on, won't my hand leave the tip?
So place it on and then hold the tip of the penis. Just the tip. Just the
tip. I'll tell you a story about just the tip.
Please, I want to hear it. Yeah, see, that was simple. See? There you go. And then now pull, hold the base.
What's the base?
Yeah.
Base, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then slightly don't hold it too tight, then slightly pull the tip of the condom.
This tip?
To leave some room for sperm.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Talking Moments, you learn. So for the ladies who always feel shy, today is the day of being bold. You can just be like, babe, lay down. I got this. And then, hopefully it won't be this
and
size.
then you want to...
I'm sure this is someone's size, right? It's not about the size, they say.
It's about the size bullshit.
It's about how well you know how to use it. So, all right, guys, because our Blue Zone Conversations is powered by Durex, I do have a little trivia with my friend Pere over here. I'm going to tell you 3 things, and you have to tell me which 2 are the truth and which one is a lie.
Right.
You ready? How well do you know Durex, the brand?
Not so well, but they got some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, number 1, the only major purpose of Durex condoms is protection. Another fact, wearing 2 condoms at once means extra protection. And the last fact, Durex condom is a one-size-fits-all condom. So tell me which 2 truths and 1 lie.
Okay, so wearing 2 condoms, it's not extra protection.
So that's the lie.
That's the lie. One size fits all. No, that's a lie. But Durex is for protection, the primary things for protection. Yeah, that's true.
They were all lies. I just wanted to catch you in a maze. Okay?
So it's not for protection?
It's not only for protection. There are major benefits like enhancing pleasure and performances.
Oh.
So you got 2 and you lost 1.
I lost
so
1.
2 lies. I mean, I told you 3 lies and lied that there were 2 truths and 1 lie. Right. So you see, because of your mind, when you think condom, what you think is protection, that's all. You know, there are condoms that have different...
Some stuff. Oh, yeah, well, true.
Yeah.
True. Thinking about it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Especially those... There's one Durex one I had one time. It had this thing. It was as if it was bare.
Like barely there.
Nah, yeah. Like when I slid it in. Man.
So I have to ask you one myth. Is this a myth? Because I hear people say it all the time. Like people always try to run away from wearing protection because they say it's not as...
Of course, it's not as sweet as when you play live band.
But with the feather lights, you just said that it was almost like it wasn't...
That was one good one. There are so many other condom brands and other things that I've tried.
They haven't gotten it right. But Durex got it right with that one.
Yeah, probably did.
So you see, if you're looking... Stop being the kind of guy that says, oh, babe, it's like licking sweet with wrapper. That's disgusting. Pere just told you there's feather lights, okay? Go out and grab it and make sure you have yourself some fun. Thank you so much, Pere. This was actually the first time apart from Big Brother, that we've sat together. And I still don't remember what you did to me, but I forgive you.
Thank you for forgiving me.
You didn't ask for forgiveness, but I forgive you.
I appreciate the forgiveness.
Because you are troublesome, you didn't ask for forgiveness.
So we can start in a clean slate then.
I'll see how I feel.
Okay.
All right, guys, watch out for our next Blue Zone Conversations. It is on Talking Moments and it is powered by Durex.